Hey everybody, welcome to the Jen Lowry Writes channel where tonight we're having a vision board party. I am so excited that you guys are joining me tonight for this event because listen, we do need to take a breath, surround ourselves by brothers and sisters in Christ, and just get ourselves planted in the Word and set our sights on some positive goals. And I think if we do that together, that can help us look towards the future, not only for accountability, but we can just praise together and we can celebrate everything that the Lord is doing. And so, in the meantime, I'm going to teach you guys how to actually hold a vision board party yourself. Because while we're having this experience together, sure, it's great for us because it can allow us to process, to reflect, to work together. It's going to be a workstation time for us too. We're going to have a work session, but it's going to be more than that. It's going to be you guys learning how to build your own so that way you can go out to the people that you influence, the people that are in your communities and your families and your groups and organizations. And you can say, you know what? I've got the tools to equip me with having a party just like this. I know how to do it, and I'm going to teach you an easy way to do it. And that's by using Google Slides. Now, the reason why I want to use Google Slides instead of using Canva. Now, you can make a vision board on Canva. You can make one on Illustrator. I'm not saying that there aren't other tools that can do the same thing. And you can create that. And you can make yourself a vision book. And you can just hit A4 and have that template. Or you can make a landscape page and make yourself a really nice book. There are many ways to do this. But I wanted to be able to share out with you a workable copy of the slides. So that way you could use this as a guide, as like a framework. And just Google Slides are easy for me, just to hit the share button. So if you're following me here on Twitch, I want to say thank you. I've been here a week and a half, and I will say that Twitch is a lovely platform. Absolutely love the connections that I'm making here on Twitch. So I will say I've put the description in the chat. I'm able to put the link there. So that way you can just go ahead and click the link and you can get access to your own digital vision board that you can then go out and share. YouTube will not allow me to share the Google Doc link inside of the chat. So I dropped it down in the description of the video. So you still have it. And I'm going to show you what happens because I don't want you to, if you've never used Google products before, it's okay. They're so simple. But I understand that not everybody, hey, Tish, I'm telling you, Twitch is my place. You know how I tell you find a place where you live? Find where you're most comfortable. I have found it. I will say that this is my favorite of all platforms. So it's nice to have you too, Tish. Are you going to start streaming? I want to know. Ooh. When? This weekend? When, Tish? You're going to, okay. I got to make sure that I followed you so I can get notifications of when you go live. You got to say it's Sunday at 1. You got to tell everybody. You got to let everybody know. All our WWJs. Well, I'm excited, Tish. I'm so happy for you. I'm not going to say you're going to love this the best. I'm not, because you might not. Good, Tish. That's why I did a newsletter. You saw, you should have got my newsletter in your inbox. If you haven't had a chance to look at it yet, if you click in that newsletter, it says This Old Gal's on Twitch. Yeah, I think that's the title. This Old Gal's now streaming on Twitch. And I talked about apologies to people that have been lately watching me on YouTube, and I've been having scammers going into all the comments on every one of my channel videos, and I'm so sorry. And I apologize for that in advance in that one. So we got a lot to celebrate. So Tish, you actually can get the Twitch banner and you can put it up on your vision board tonight. And I'm going to continue to do that because I want it to be a long-term goal. Just like with the podcast with me, I started something and I never gave up on it. I had 0 on my platform and I did not give up. And that consistency, that daily grind, it paid off for me over time. And so I am going to be consistent doing the live streams. I'm still making my podcast videos. And I'm still making my podcast episodes too. But I want to be a lot more here on Twitch because I can actually screen share and share out all these writing tips and strategies that I'm talking about on the podcast. So I'm going to do like short and sweet podcast episode. Join me on Twitch and I get to show you guys. So it's going to kind of be like author show and tell all combined. And that's what I want to do with this tonight. So this vision board party, I am just a blessed lady, and I am so thankful to the Lord for the blessings that He has given me. My health, my children, my family, I could continue to go down the list. Finances, that I'm secure with my, literacy coach job. I did not get moved like we could have possibly been moved. And I'm still able to stay at the same school where I have built wonderful relationships with my teachers. And so, there's so many things that I can say that, the Lord is continuing to open doors with, especially with the Writing Warriors for Jesus conference and everything that I'm learning, all of these new things. And He's given me the courage to just get over these fears and say, you know what, let's go after it with a passion put to good use. And let's do this life the best that we can and learn along the way. So it's all a learning tool, everything that we do. And it's a building day. And so today we're going to build a vision board so that way we can reflect, but we can also say, here's some things we would love to see by December. So we're going to do a 6-month one. And I want to talk with you guys about short-term goals versus long-term goals. I have my journal right here with me. I have short-term burst goals, and I've also created myself a digital journal. And I'm playing around with that journal to see how well I can carry it out. Am I using it? Am I so used to paper? And then next month, at the end of the month, starting July 1st, I'm going to make a video and I'm going to share out my digital journal to all of you guys where you will get to have a copy. And you can see if this thing works for you. There are parts of the journal that are not working for me, that there's other parts of the digital journal that are. And so I'm filling it out as I go, which I've only been doing it for the past week. So it's really not much that I can, comment yet on it. That's why I kind of want to wait. But I've been doing vision boards for a while. And I want to start you guys off by looking at the link that I gave to you. And it's in your chat or in the description if you are watching this. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Tabs galore. Okay, so what you're going to open is something that looks like this. But when it comes to you first, it's going to say copy document. This is going to force the person that you're sharing your document with to make a copy for themselves so they don't start looking at all of your vision board material and start editing it, start taking things off. I learned this the hard way, okay? When I did not force copy into people, for people, they would get my stuff. I would share my teaching units and my lesson plans and my slides. Then they would start changing it around and I caught myself. And so the way that you do that, I'm going to teach you guys so that way when you hold your vision party, you can do this. So you copy the link. Anybody can edit. Do you see where it says share and edit? You delete that and you write copy. And look what happens. This is the one then you take and you copy this one. And then you come back over And when you paste it in, this is the one that should work. This is the one that will take you where you will be forced to make a copy before you enter into it. But I wanted to show you what it is that you're entering into. This is no trick. Okay, so I've put it in. Now, for some reason, it's went that time on. I could put the digital doc in there. Okay, so it's in the chat. All right, so I've shown you how you can take this one and how you can share it. Now I want to show you how you can personalize it. Okay, so you can have yours just like mine. That's fine. I'm going to talk with you about that flower. But you can also come over here and hit make a copy. See that? That's another way that you can do it. And so this way at the top it says copy. So when you share it out, you see it's restricted. Only people added can open with this link. Well, anyone with this link can view, but you want them to be able to edit. If they get the view, they may say, wait, what do I do? Nothing's working. And I've got that before. It is because they don't know that next step, what I just did, where it said make a copy. You saw me do that. And so I just think now it's easier when you're sharing things if you just go ahead and like force them to make a copy at the beginning. So that's for them. Now, not if you're beta reading with somebody. That's a Google Doc. You don't want them to copy. You want them to be on your document, on your one that you're using for editing. So that way you can see all the comments and everybody else can see the comments. This is if you're giving them a template for free. Okay, so I've told you guys how to do that part. Now I want to show you, I don't want to change mine. I don't want to. I want to leave it there. But I want to show you how you, so I'm going to the copy. So you just click into the boxes, and it's just like our old, you know, and Jen's vision board. So you can go ahead and you can title it, however you want to title it. And then here I'm going to put June to December 2020. Now, I do a vision board at the beginning of every year. I have done it the past 2 years. I've made vision statements. I have a Bible verse that our church gives us as a family. I do those kind of things with my students as well. We do vision boards at our school. And then we invite staff and the people that help support my class, because I work with students who are at risk. And I have a lot of support between my dear friends who love to take care of my class with me. They also come in and we do this together, and they share their vision boards. So I have been doing vision boards in the school system for the past 2 years. Now I think it's time for me to do one for my author life, because that one would be, you know, very generic goals. And I didn't talk about my spiritual life. I changed up a lot for this one because this one's my personal vision board. So it is time. So I'm glad you've got your copy. So you see how you could click in there. You can do one for the whole year from June now till June next year. But I think right now I want to do a 6-month goal for vision boards. Okay, so with the background, you can go to choose image. And you can go to Google image search. This is really cool because then you can find things. So I love things that are purple. That's kind of like my brand color. And so if you want to change it up, because I picked the Sweet Potato Jones flower. I picked a flower from my book. So I'm not going to change my original. Oh, I love that plaid too. Okay. And then you can add it to the theme if you want. And so then when you come up here, if you want to make new slides, you can duplicate the slide and then you can just change things around. Or you have your picture there each time you can change them up and you can decorate it. So I'm kind of giving you some of the tools that you can do right now because this is the one that I'm going to be using. This one is mine. But I'm showing you some different tricks for Google Slides. You can also go and use your own images. So let's say you want to choose an image, and then you can upload. And let's say I want to put the WWJs in the background. And then I hit add to theme and it worked that time. Do you see how it changed my whole theme? And now I know I'm not going to be able to use white. And so you can personalize it. And there's my vision board. Hey, it's pretty. I love our WWJ logo. All right, so I've shown you how you can personalize yours. I've shown you how to make a forced copy so that way when you're holding your own vision board party, then you can share out a template because there may be people in your group that may not be as tech savvy as you might be. So I think that it would be a comfort to them if you could provide them with this template. And then you've got people that have been using Google Slides forever and a day, and they'll just jump on Google Slides. So if you want to teach someone how to do it from the very beginning, from the scratch, I want to tell you, go to Google. I call this the Rubik's Cube. Go to your drive, hit new, and then there's Google Slides. And you can just teach them, okay, you start from scratch here. And you see they don't have a template. But I think for the parties, the purpose and the focus of a party, keeping it streamlined like that will keep everybody on target. And then you can teach people how they can go back in and they can add slides later. Now, I like using the background right here where they can have their camera roll, they can have their Google image search. If they have pictures already on Google Drive, it's really easy for them to be able to pull it up. So I think it's really cool that you can do that. But you can also go to Pinterest and get you some pictures off of Pinterest, which we're going to do together. You can also go to Pixabay. And then, like I told you guys, I love purple. And so maybe there's going to be something on here. I've used this flower before. I've used this one before. Oh, wow, that's beautiful. Look at that. Okay, okay. Oh, look at that one. Okay. That would be so pretty. The water lily with the white in the background. And so I love this one. And so you download. These are commercial-free images, and then you can come right back in here, and you can teach your people how they can start. You could do background, choose an image, upload. You saw the difference, right? Because then if you do it like that, you would have had to stretch it and pull it. But if you do this, you can add it to the theme, and it's the right size. Oh, I love that. Actually, things like this just makes me happy. I love doing things, creating images and just playing around with colors. Even though I'm not a graphic designer, I think this stuff is fun. And you might really inspire other people to find that playful side of them. Because I know that there are a lot of adult coloring books and there are a lot of adult people that may be very crafty and they're artists and illustrators and they go to pottery classes and they attend paint nights. But then there could be other people that don't do those things but would love to kind of get themselves back into like pictures and art. This could be a great way for them just to have some fun. So I say make sure that that visual element is there for them, and encourage them to play around with colors and have them, tell them do things that speak to them. You saw how I talked all of that out, like what was I was navigating towards some purplish stuff, some beautiful stuff. And now I've shown you how that you can do that. Come up here to the top. another way to make a vision board if you want to do it from scratch. I show this all the time. Every time I do anything with Google Slides, I absolutely love Slides Carnival. Love it. Now, Halloween one, that's my favorite. And I'm going to show you why. One, I'm a horror person. Okay, load. This is your spooky presentation title. Okay, there's another one I like better. Okay, it's this one. It's just going to take a minute to load. But I love Slides Carnival, and I use Slides Carnival at work when I'm teaching my students how to give dynamic presentations that don't look like the just same template format that you can get on Google Slides. And this one imports right into there. So, my favorite one is taking a long time. But do you see how cool these are? And you get like the neatest fonts with these, y'all. My favorite one's not going. It's going so slow. You think it's all the tabs I have up? My kids would have said, yes, that's the problem. So just trust me that the ones down here are really good. So let me just show you really fast. You can go and just play all up here at the top on Slides Carnival. And it's going slow. When you click on it, it's going to tell you to import it. Go to preview and download it. So do you see right there? Go to preview. See, you can use it as PowerPoint. And look, you can actually see the transitions. Look, tell me how much you love that. I know you love it. Gives you all of these things that you can play around with too. And it kind of gives you some ideas. I like to start with things like this because it's not like I'm just out there on my own trying to fill up. I've got to already fill up the content, right? Well, if I already have it, you just click Use as a Google Slides theme. You see how easy that was? And then it's going to go into your Google Slides, and then you're going to get to rename it. See it? And so I always make a copy of the entire presentation. And then, make a copy. And then I change it to Jen showing how to use Carnival. Jen's Halloween Slides. And then now I have it forever. And when my internet is not going so slow, then I'm going to be able to go and get the other template because the other template is my favorite. It's got like a black background. Okay, so I hope that that's helped you to just have another resource that you can share at your vision board party if you want to. But if you want to just keep it simple, you can take the one that I created and then allow them to do like what I showed you. Go back and do all of the changing and everything. And so I'm going to exit out of that one. I don't need that one anymore. And now I want us to talk a little bit about why you should have a vision party to begin with and why I felt like it was kind of time for me to have one. So first, it's a good motivator for you. And when I'm closing doors, when I know that my summer, when I'm closing the door of a school year, and it has been some year, when I close that door and I've got to step into this new role as, of course, mom, at home, mom, and writer, and businesswoman, and all of these things that I still want to accomplish, I do need a place where I can center myself and make sure that the things that I am working on are for the good of, for me, and that I'm also taking care of myself. Because I can get like too much on the scale and I can work too hard and I don't balance. And all I'm doing is working. And so I don't want it to be like that. I know you guys would think that this is far-fetched, but there are days when I can pull, honestly, like a 17-hour shift of just in front of a screen, You can see that I'm not having to wear my glasses right now because I'm not doing a lot of heavy typing. I'm just kind of looking at this little dot right here. But it gives me headaches. I am on the screen a lot. And I don't like walk away from it because I'm like in the moment and I want to get these things done. Well, I need to be motivated to do the right kind of goals, to do the right things and not get myself distracted. So I need this as a reminder for myself because I don't want to work way too hard. I still need to take care of me. So there's something about me that I love, and I'm a quote person. I love quotes. I love images. I call them soul stickers. I love to collect Bible verses. And I love to find words that are saying exactly what I feel in that moment, especially from the word of the Lord. And when I see those quotes, it just helps to motivate me and inspire me, but it also puts me in the place. So, for example, I'm going to use the one tonight for my vision board. I share them out too on Instagram and places like that. I don't just share them out just to my friends. Let us not grow weary at doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. So I found this one online and I shared it out because I needed that reminder that no matter how tired I was getting, just don't grow weary in doing good. You know, it's going to come to pass, and it did. I received some wonderful emails. I got some great contacts, and so it did pay off. It paid off in a day. I didn't have to wait 6 months to see the payoff in that, but I needed to ground myself in that word. And so the quotes and the images and pictures, they mean a lot to me. So I don't know if that's you, but that's me. And so I say, let's capture some of those things. The second thing is that once we actually put something together like this and we're being reflective, we're being thoughtful and intentional. So if you're reflecting, you're being thoughtful, and you're being intentional, then it can make it a lot more concrete. And when you're in a party and you're around your friends, and you know that they're doing their own vision board while you're doing yours, and they can share and they can talk with you. You can do this digital. You can have a Google Meet party and share your slides. Google Meet is awesome right now. They are allowing you in Google to be able to hold Google Meet. Look, premium video meetings now free for everyone. So you can start a meeting and you can schedule it right from your calendar from everyone. You can give people a code. So we use nicknames. Like one of my nicknames for my class was, "This is the best class ever in the whole entire world" kind of code. It's not that. And class is over. But like I gave them like a very motivating code, just a positive code that they had to type in even before getting into our classroom. Like psych them out from the beginning, right? But I really want you guys to know that you can do these digital vision boards with your family and friends, and you can share screens. And so just like I'm sharing screens right now with you, you can do that in your own parties. So I would love to know, who are you going to have a vision board party with? And you can let me know how it goes. And if you're doing one online, if you're doing one on your channel, just invite me to come, and I would love it, because then I could pull mine up and I could remind myself and I could reflect. Because that's the thing about vision boards. You don't just want to do that one and done and say, check box, I did it. It's a visual reminder. It's something that you can come back to. So I want you to go ahead right now and pull out your journal. And I want you to start thinking of people that you can invite, have a vision board party with, and you can lead it. And you do all these things that we're doing together, and you have the tools now to be able to do a shared document. Now, I've taught you how to use Canva in other videos. If you just want to do a Canva one, that's fine. You can make a template on Canva and you can share it out. I just love the Google slide vision boards, and maybe that's just because that's what I started with my students. So I'm kind of like honoring that experience, and I love Google Slides. It'll be good for you to practice Google Slides too, because you can use them for your next webinars, your next events, and then you can share them out with all of your attendees. So I say practice Google Slides. It'll get better with time. And mine aren't perfect either. There are so many things I could work on when I'm presenting. So don't think that I'm saying I'm the know-it-all when it comes to Google Slides. I'm just saying it's a great platform and I love it. I'm also loving this coffee. So I love Wicked Joe, and we use the French or the Italian Wicked Joe. Love that coffee. And I've got me some French vanilla creamer, sugar-free, so I don't have to add sugar to my coffee. That creamer is enough. I won't tell you guys I don't measure creamer. I just like go, I go, so I probably put a lot more creamer, Tish, than I need to. How do you do your coffee, Tish? Now my stepson, I know, look, do you see this big cup? You see this cup of coffee? It's 2 cups of coffee in here. I have been going since 6 a.m. Oh, I did that. Hey, I know, and we've got boot camp tomorrow. My stepson, he has this fancy coffee machine. He's got this gigantic industrial coffee machine. It is a fancy one, and it makes lattes and espressos, the shots. It's huge. It's like the ones from like Starbucks. And he uses Bonds coffee. And so he just gets big orders of Bonds coffee in the mail. And I just got to try the new Shark. Oh, now, Tish, let's talk. So, yeah, he would love that. You won't believe the coffee experiences I have had because of my stepson. Amazing. So he makes the best lattes, and he shapes them, and you can take those classes, Tish. That could be something for your vision board where you take the class and you learn how to do the coffee art. We actually have coffee art classes in Chapel Hill. So he's looked at going to a couple of those classes in the future. But he plays around. He can make me a heart on there. He's made a leaf. Yeah, you can learn how to do that, Tish. It's so fancy. It's like art, honestly. It is a creative practice. And so I get some fancy coffee here in the house. He also has a Turkish set with the whole kit, like this really fancy thing where he uses sand. Like, I'm not kidding. I got to take pictures the next time we do those things. So there is a coffee house that I actually love, and they allowed me to have a book sign-in in a coffee shop. That's something that you can look at for a vision board, is to go out and have an author talk or a creative talk or a book club, and you can have it in a coffee shop. And I met Miss Dot in the coffee shop near here, and we just talked books for hours. Coffee houses, they're just the best places. I don't know. They have such a cool vibe. Tish, you would have the coolest coffee shop. Like, seriously. But the coffee shop that's my favorite is connected in with a bookstore that's also my favorite, Dog-Eared Books. You can go and look them up. They actually published a book about their 3-legged dog, River. It's a beautiful book. I'm going to show you guys. I'm on screen share still, I think. This is my favorite bookstore ever in the world. You see it? You see out from the outside? Oh my gosh. I love this place so much. I cannot wait to be able to go back to Dog-Eared Books. Of course, it's called Dog-Eared Books because they have their dogs there. Look, everything is $1. And they do trades, and you can shop online. Y'all, like, seriously. And I have a hoodie. Oh my gosh, my husband got me a hoodie from there, and it's in our wedding colors. It is the best hoodie. It is so comfortable. I hate that my computer is going so slow. I'm going to close some of these tabs out. I already showed you how to do those. Maybe all that's closing it up. Anyway, dog-eared books. I'm going to give you guys their link. And you can just, oh yeah, I could be at dog-eared books all day. And they have the best Harry Potter tables. Yeah, but this is my favorite bookstore. Well, the coffee shop. Oh, there it is. There's the book. It's coming up. And I can't scroll. Look, River, the three-legged dog. Do you see? Look how wonderful they did with their publishing. And see, they're getting their shirts. Look, their tote bag is sold out. I'm so happy for them. So I have this sweatshirt or this hoodie. I have this hoodie in teal. But you can go on and they ship books. Oh, I love this place so much. But I do book signings there. But the coffee shop that I was telling you about, you would love it. They changed it to Nora. But there it is. You see it? It's two buildings. It looks like two. It used to be a garden place. And then they have coffees. I want you to see how pretty it is. And you won't believe. Let's see if there's pictures. Oh, Tish, it's so pretty in there. And they've got, of course, it's not going to show. See it? Look how beautiful. Look, I took a picture right there at that fake staircase. There you go. And those are bookshelves. Do you see all the books? They partner with dog-eared books. But what I also loved about them is that they are such giving people, and they want to have me back not only to support Sweet Potato Jones, but the Raleigh Homeless Shelter. So the proceeds of the sales, they're going to give to the shelter if we can set up a date now that all this has happened. But okay, we've been talking coffee, Tish. Yeah. Yeah, Tish, you've got to find you some places. They're fun too. And the crowd is so laid back. And you just get a great experience by going out and giving talks. And you'll be able to set it up, like 6 months in advance. You can do it. You can try to start setting it up now. So it's just fun. And then you get to have coffee and just be around some cool people. But I would not say have the signing at 8 o'clock at night, because how many people other than us right now are drinking coffee at 8 o'clock at night? So you do need to do an earlier signing. My signing that I had was way too late. He recognized it. He was like, wait, this isn't my busy time. I did this scheduling. And so, yeah. And he apologized for that, but I had the best time. I met an elder writer who wrote a book about the Appalachian Mountains, and he wanted to learn about how to turn it into audiobook. Tish, it was so random, and I got to help this elder learn all about audiobooks, and it was like God put me in this perfect place just to meet that one guy. So it was just a truly amazing event. So. And now we can have vision board parties like this and have coffee parties. You can have a coffee party, Tish. Have a coffee, vision and coffee. Because your brand is built around coffee. Yes, do a coffee party. And post it up on Facebook. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I am not joking. I'm challenging you right now. Okay, so I'm going back. And I want to talk with you more about your why. Working together with someone and talking out your vision and your goals is also empowering, because not only you have that daily reminder, you can ask people, hey, be my accountability partner. But it's even more than that. When you're talking to people about your goals, they may remember what your goals are. They might have a better memory than I do, right? And so let's say something happens and one of these goals that you have has come to pass, the person that was at your party can say, I remember when you had that at the vision party. And so you're letting them know, you're giving them like snapshots into who you are, what your personal dreams are. And so it is a way that you can connect with people on a very personal level. And so I say all of those reasons to have parties together is fun because it brings you closer to people, but it also allows people to know who you are and what you're about and things you like. And then you can play around with your own style and you can have fun with it. All right. So I think that when you have a board party like this, it would be cool if you had a separate topic on a board. Now, what I've seen people do with vision boards, so I'm going to give you the option. You can do a hodgepodge of a cutout of actually print out pictures and cut them out and glue them and have you a place on one sheet and get yourself a frame. And then you've got it all together. So it's kind of like what you were doing when you were in elementary school and you were cutting out pictures about your career and you're putting them all together on one, or your teacher told you to pick a topic and they gave you a bunch of magazines. Well, I think it's easier when it's digital because, one, how many of us have that many magazines laying around our house anymore, right? And so if you're going to have a party, the people that are with you could be limited in what they have, whereas anybody can go on Google Images. You're not selling this stuff, guys. This is a personal thing. This is a private thing, okay? So the images that I'm taking from Pixabay, they're free use anyway. But if I see something, I'm going to link it back. It can be linkable. This is for you. And I think that they would have an opportunity to really play around with digital instead of just printing things, because then you got an ink issue, and then not everybody has a printer, and my color ink is completely out. So if you do a digital board, unless you're going to have it at your house and you're going to supply all the materials, the internet's going to supply all the materials for you for this digital way. And so I would suggest that you do it. So like I said, if you go right now and you type in vision boards, I want you to see how cool they can look when they're all out printed, and they can see they made boards. They are hanging them up in their offices. They're framing them up. Look, Tish, there's the lights. So do you see? But for me, I don't have the space. Like, I'm sorry, but there's 6 of us in this house, and I don't have walls. I don't have room to make all these big things, right? I don't have the printer, and I also don't have the magazines. I don't have the space. And so for me, it's just easier if I use the digital platform. But I'm saying there are tons of people who love the whole kinesthetic piece of this. So I'm not trying to take away from that. Just know that if you've got those tools, go for it if you want to create something cool like these vision boards that I was showing you. Because all they're doing is, printing out pictures, or they're drawing theirs out. You can see they're sticky noting. I mean, there's so many cool ways that you can do it. But for me, it just works better for the digital. All right. And so I felt like there are 7 areas for a digital vision board party. You don't have to do 7. Now, 7's my lucky number. And if I can push out 7 of something, then I'm going to feel complete and whole. And I'm going to feel like I've covered all my bases. But you might have like 3 things. Now, I want you to look at my 7. Now, 8 is just like having yourself like an accountability partner. So that's like not like your actual vision pieces that you're putting up. Do you see financial well-being on here? You don't. Do you see, how much money I'm going to make in 6 months? No. That's not for me on this vision board slide. The Lord is taking care of me financially right now. I am living month by month. I'm a teacher. There is no way around it. And we are a 10-month salaried employee. We don't get paid in the summertime. And so we are a month by month person, family, whatever. So I don't need to sit and write financial goals down. My tutoring job got cut when coronavirus hit, so that extra money is not there anymore that I was getting when I was tutoring. That's gone, and I've got my book sales, but that money goes right back into the author life for me to continue to build, for me to continue to do this work. Like, I got to order my shirt today because it's an author shirt and it's author money, and the money that I made on my books, then I can go and I can buy author merch and I could try out a company. And so I bought a sample so I could try Teespring. I'm hoping it's going to be better quality, really. But you see, I don't have finances on here because that's not what my party is going to be about. Mine's going to be about what are some personal goals that you might have. And you would think with me that I would start with author goals because that's what I talk about with you guys all the time. But I'm letting you guys know my personal goals and my spiritual goals really matter to me so much. And when I say personal goals, I'm really, you know what I'm going to say. I'm thinking about my family. So I will say here, personal goals for me, are spending time. Now, I'm not going to get choked up. This vision board party is supposed to be for fun. So you can go online right now and you can find some family quotes. I want the Bible verse. You can do this on Pinterest or you can just do this on Google Images. This is the one I want. And then I just have to find one that I want. I think I want that one. So you go and you can find you one. I want this one. And then I'm over. Because my baby is going off to college. And yes, I have trained him and he's going off about his way. But I still have my little in the house too. And so my personal goal is to continue to spend time with my kids and train them in the ways that they should go. There's some things I want to show you guys what we just bought. Elder Scrolls is a game that my sons love. So my darling asked me today, he said, Mama, can we get this for my birthday? Y'all, he asked for this cookbook for his birthday in August, and he's turning 13. And I said, baby, you want this cookbook, really? He said, Mama, it's the coolest cookbook. It's got the best reviews. I've already looked it up. Look at these. And he showed me the different images. And I said, we could go on Pinterest and we might be able to find some medieval recipes. He said, I know, Mama, but I really would like it. Look, it's called the Official Cookbook. And I said, baby, yes, let's go. So I clicked and I got that baby. I know, don't it? I got that baby that cookbook, and it ain't his birthday. It's my birthday's coming before his, but I got that baby that cookbook, Tish. And so he was so excited. He ran upstairs and he told his brother that I got him the cookbook and we were going to cook together, all of us, because my oldest son, he loves to be in the kitchen. And that's something that we have done as a family, me and my boys. Now, I'm going to tell you guys that I did something absolutely crazy with my kids. I actually did Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. Y'all know that show from Food Network? I actually did that one summer. So I'm talking summer goals for us is going to be cooking. So what we did is we would say, okay, we're going to go somewhere in North Carolina. We're just going to pick a day and we're going to drive there. We have no clue where this place is. Then we would find us a spot Seriously, kind of like what Sweet Potato does in my book, Tish, where they just, at the very beginning, where they just kind of do the finger and they go, oh, where are we going? We did that, and we would drive and we would do whatever locally they had there, and we would eat. And we would try to find 4-star, 5-star restaurants. We would try to find things on the internet, and we would try to act like we were Guy Fieri. And we would go into these restaurants and we would be like food critics. And we did it the entire summer. And, I've done that kind of stuff with my kids. Like, I know, yeah, it's fun. That junk is fun, Tish. You trust me. And we may, yes, do it, Tish. You can put that on there. And we did diners, drive-ins, and dives. And so my son, so I'm telling you guys this because personal goals are going to look just like a lot about food. So I'm going to, my son wants to go to this barbecue place. That's the show, Tish. I'm going to pick a crazy looking one. Okay. I'm going to put it on here because I'm going to tell you what my son has already said. My oldest son, has already asked me, can we take this drive? And it's a barbecue place. It's an hour and a half away. He has found it on the internet, and they have Southern barbecue, and he loves Southern barbecue. And he was like, Mama, can we go? And I'm like, sure, baby, we can. Let's just see if they start lifting up the stuff, to where we can go. So I think a lot of my personal goals is spending time with my boys in the kitchen or trying food. But that's what we love. So why not? Okay. So another personal goal of mine, and I know this is a corny goal, so joke me all you want. I love the whole cast. So I'm going to save it. I want to finish watching this entire, I'm in season 5. And I am really wanting to know what is going to happen with this whole Red John thing. Okay, so there we go. My personal goals is to watch The Mentalist. And you guys, you used to watch The Mentalist too? Oh my gosh, we're in season 5. So every day, like not every day, because some days I'm too busy doing this kind of stuff. But when we have downtime, Eli will go, you ready to watch The Mentalist? He's seen every one of them and he remembers them. He knows. And so sometimes I'll get frustrated. I'll be like, what's going to happen? And I'm trying to guess. And then I'll look at him and he'll have that smirk on his face and I'll know he knows what it is. He's at least kind of given me some hints about Red John because he knows that I will go to the phone and I'll start looking up episodes. I can't help it. I will start looking them up. So, I mean, think about it. We already know Revelation. We know how it's going to end. I actually think I can enjoy seasons better if I know how things are going. So don't joke me that I often look things up. But I've been doing good with The Mentalist. But I want to finish all of those. So by December, I think I should have them all done. And they're on Prime too. And Tish, now we got to research this, but we have Prime parties on Twitch and we can watch shows and we could break them down like authors. And we could say, okay, what's the character traits here? What's the rising action here? What's the arc? All of this. You could do those kind of things with Twitch Prime. Yeah. You could do Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime. So, and you can have watch parties with your people. That's why I love Twitch so much. Okay. And so I hope that you work on your personal goals. And I know you guys think that these things might be silly, but they mean things to me. And that's what's beauty about having these kind of goals, like these kind of parties, is that you get to share some like kind of weird things that you might have done in the past that you still want to try to do, especially since your son has asked for them. Share about cooking. I have a Bible verse that's going to guide me through these personal goals. Not so much with The Mentalist, though. The Mentalist is more like time for being my husband. So those are some personal goals that I have. And you can see I have not like completely covered up every space. Like you can see with some people when they make their vision boards, they cover up like all the spaces. You see that? Like there's no space left. So I can say that that's something you can do with your pictures, but because we're having the party and I'm just going to show you some of the things, doesn't mean I'm going to quit. It's just, this is a good start for me. And then if you guys hold a party and you ask me, I can add more. All right. So now I think it's important that we talk about our spiritual goals, because we do need to take a holistic approach to our vision boards. We can't just talk about business. We can't just talk about writing. We have to talk about things that feed our soul. And the word of the Lord does that to me. Spending time in the word, spending time in worship with worship music, and then being with my family. And so I've got to take care of all of these things. I cannot neglect one, because if I do, I don't feel balanced anymore. I start kind of losing my way a little bit. And so for my spiritual goals, I want a Bible verse that's going to help me. And I already know the one that it's going to be, because it's the one that the Lord gave me for our WWJ conference. And so that is something that is coming up in August. Oh, hey, we've got someone new. We are doing vision boards. So welcome. I hope that you got a chance to pull up. We've got someone new. I hope you got a chance to pull up the link and go ahead and do a forced copy. And you can go back and watch a lot of the different tips that I gave. So when you have your own party, then you're going to be able to just pick right up to this. And right now, we just finished personal goals, and now we're moving on to spiritual goals. And so I would love for you to think of a spiritual verse, a Bible verse, something that could help guide you these next 6 months. And if you don't have one like right now in this moment, this is kind of a how-to to create, and then you can go lead your own party. But this is also a time where you can reflect, you can journal, you can spend some time with your vision board. You don't have to rush these things. I know the one that calls out to me. So, and I wish that I could know them. Like, I wish I could know verses. I had a preacher one time. I don't know if y'all have ever met anybody like this, but he could not only it was almost like he had memorized the whole entire Bible. And so this is the verse that I felt the Lord was giving me for the Writers' Conference. And I want this one to be for us, for not just for WWJs, but for me for tonight. So if you don't have a verse, I would love for you to take my verse. I'm just looking for something pretty that I like. I'm going to type in, I think I kind of like this one. And I'm saving it. And then I'm pulling it back in, and I'm just pulling it and dragging it right up. And so my Bible verse for my personal goals is for my family, and this one is for me, because I don't want to lose my way these next 6 months. I want to stay grounded in His truth, and I just want to be in the Word more and more. So for me, I do want to be a part of this daily Bible challenge. My friend has challenged me for like daily Bible reading. And I love the app on my phone. Do you guys have that app? It's the YouVersion app. It's my first app that I have. I love what our friend, yes, I love it. And I love what our friend Ann is doing. She's another, oh gosh, I love that verse. That's the one you got to use, Angelina. Go in and find a pretty one. Have you been able to pull up the template or start a Google slide? We're partying and we're building our own together. I love that verse. I love what Ann is doing. Ann is doing verses of the day that come up, and she shared them on her Instagram page. And I love it. She's keeping me in the Word when I enter into Instagram. So proud of her. And so, oh, that's the same one. I thought I had saved that joker. And then I'm coming over. And so I do know that being in the Word really helps me. Yeah, I love this verse. Tish, we've got her verse up on the screen. I hope you guys can see it while I'm in screen share. I've added Angelina's verse. Like, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough worry of its own. And Angelina, I'm not talking to a ghost. That Tish is on Twitch with me. I dual stream. So you're on YouTube. Tish is on Twitch. So I just want to let you know that I'm going back and forth talking with both of you guys. Y'all are just on two different platforms. I did feel like I needed to say that. Yes. Tish, do you have a verse? I'm Googling that. Oh, look at that one. Look at that one. Oh, peace I've given to you. Amen. Oh, see, I'm sorry with the Word. I love it so much. And that's why I think, yeah, that's why I think having like the digital vision boards are so fun, because you can just go and get these really great images that can inspire you and motivate you, and you can just copy, pull them down, drag them into your Google Slides. So Tish said, yes, that's a great verse. So she's talking to you on Twitch. It is a great verse. And so I know that daily Bible reading is important for me, for my spiritual walk. I know that. But there's something else that I've been missing. Now, guys, I'm not saying I'm a singer. Please, please. Just like I say, I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not a digital artist and all those kind of things. But I love to sing. Do you guys love to sing? I love worship music. And every Sunday before I moved here, I would sing for hours on a Sunday. Oh, Angelina said she loves how on that Bible app they have the pictures. I do, and you can share them out. You know, you can hit share and you can save them. You can make them. You can put them as backgrounds. We call those soul stickers in my group, in my writing group. Oh, I love Tish's. Tish's is I have loved you with an everlasting love. Jeremiah 31:3. I bet you can find a beautiful picture for that, Tish. Go look, Tish, and see if you can find a great quote image, and you can add it to your digital vision board. But I used to sing all the time. And so, oh, Tish fell in love with one. She found an image and she's just added it. There you go, Tish. When I looked and saw Angelina's and it had that tree, I got all goosebumps. I was like, oh, I love it. This is just, to me, this is so peaceful and it's just so much fun. You guys might think my fun is silly, but I think it's fun. And so I want to go and I want to find one about. Okay, so I want to be me alone, but I like the one with Jesus in the background. Oh, like that one. Okay, so another one of my spiritual goals, I'm going to add it because, like I was telling you guys, every Sunday I used to go to my kitchen. I lived in a really big house and I had room way back when. And my kids would be on doing their thing. I was a single mom and I had my two boys and me. And I would go to the kitchen. And sometimes my best friend would come over and I would just paint her nails and then she'd leave. Or sometimes she would stay and she'd listen to me sing a couple of songs and then she'd leave. But I used to sing in the church all the time. And that was something I did on a rotating basis with the worship. And I love to sing. And so every Sunday night I would sing for like 2 hours, like no kidding. And I'm talking about just pulling up YouTube videos. I made YouTube song of the day. I was like really into that. Well, when I moved up here and I got remarried, and we have all the kids in the house, and I don't really have a place to go because my voice gets really, really loud when I sing. And so it's like I gotta quit doing that. I want to bring that back. I don't have to sing like I'm on stage somewhere, but I could go to my prayer closet, like that closet. Or I could go to the bathroom and sing. I could find a place somewhere and sing. And so I did add that back as just for spiritual growth for myself because I love music so much. I love singing. And I used to do Song of the Day, and I haven't kept up with that. And so I've got some really great songs on a playlist. So I need to just keep diving in and what are some new worship songs? What are some new contemporary songs that I might be missing? But I also love the old hymns like from my grandma's church. And so it reminds me of my grandma. So I will sing How Great Thou Art, and I will sing Amazing Grace, and I will go old school and Just As I Am and Leaning on the Everlasting Arms. So don't think I won't get country with it because I will, because I was raised in a very tiny, tiny, small church. And we used to listen to a lot of the old hymnal books. But I do love contemporary music too. And so I got to get back to that. Oh, so Tish added her musical bowls to use to meditate with her favorite scriptures. Beautiful, Tish. Love that. And so that is spiritual goals for me, to stay in the Word. I love reading the Bible app. Just ask the Lord to continue to watch over me and for us here, and for the Word to be that lamp under our feet and the light into our paths, and for the Lord to guide us through the rest of these 6 months of 2020 with a refreshing and renewal spirit. And just be in His presence as much as we can and turn on some worship music. When we start to feel discouraged or anxious, just turn on the music and just let the words sing to our heart, because that can help us too. And now you guys probably thought I was starting with author goals because this is an author channel and I talk writing every single day of my life. But I know that I need to take care of my boys. I need to take care of my family and have some downtime. And I also need to take care of my spiritual walk in order for me to come at my writing with this fresh and this newness that I need every day, this clarity that I need. So that way, when the Holy Spirit is speaking to me, I can listen, that I'm not so jammed up, crowded with all of this other outside noise, that I need to be able to write with this vision. I need to be able to write and get the job done because I have limited amounts of time. Like I stream an hour at 3:00. I try to get some work done in that 3:00 hour. I try to stream in the evenings. I get time done then. This is my work time. But I'm also working in and out of the day. And now that my summer has officially started, our graduation for our seniors was today. I have a teacher work day on Monday, and then I'm closing that out. And then I can, I'm not going to sleep late. I'm still going to get up early, but it's going to be sectioned off with my author goals. So what are some things that I want to do this year, the rest of the 6 months? Yes, I am. I'm doing Angelina. I'm going to be singing. It brings me so much joy. I can't even tell you. It's just going to be me, like just real quiet, just here. But I'm going to love doing it. And so I do want to think about author goals, and that's our WWJ conference. Like that is a huge thing. Like this conference that we are holding in August, this is a pure blessing. The Lord has opened up such huge doors for us. So I'm going to go to images, and this is on my computer. And I am going to put one of my author goals is to be able to continue to do this work for our conference. Tish, we got to add more of these sponsors. We're going to have to make a complete different sponsor board. That's what I'm doing. I'm building a sponsor board separate because we're getting so many people that are gifting for us that day, and everything is free. And when the Lord put this on my heart to organize this, I just sent emails, hey, HarperCollins, you think you'd love to do Writing Warriors for Jesus with us this year? And the answer was yes. And all of these people said yes. And no charge, everything's free, and we get a day of learning. But there are some behind the scenes things that I've got to do with that. So this banner is going up here big time across the top because I'm really excited about what the Lord has done. Now, Sweet Potato Jones is coming out in August, so I have got to include Sweet Potato Jones. So I don't know if you have a particular timeline of when you want your book to be finished, if you're editing right now, if you're publishing this year, if you've already published this year and you're working. I'm going to add sweet potato. That flower is symbolic in the background. This whole slide is sweet potato. So I am going to add sweet potato, and I'm going to find the word editing because I'm in the middle of editing 2 books. Everyone needs a good editor. Yes. And that's something that I want to work on. And this is some things. Here, let's go. I want to find something pretty. You know me, I could spend hours looking at images. Here, I like that one. And it's got our coffee. But I am working on 2 middle grades books at the same time. I'm doing Badge of Bone, which is middle grades horror, and I'm doing The Fae of Averly, which is a fantasy. And I want those published not this year, but next year. But that's what I'm going to be working on this summer. It's just editing those 2 middle grade books. And I've got to learn a lot more about book promotion, and marketing and all of that, because my traditionally published book, Sweet Potato, is coming out August 18th. So I've got that coming out the 18th. I've got the conference the 22nd. So I really need to focus in on what can I do to lay the foundation and the framework for Sweet Potato so that book can have its greatest reach and its greatest visibility. So my author goals are going to really try to hone in on Sweet Potato starting next week. I've already sent it out to blog tours. Oh, so I jumped back and forth, and now I can see, because when I screen share, I can't see your comments, and I'll talk with you guys about what that is. But I need to learn more about the blog tours, making sure that I'm getting reviews, sending more art copies to YouTubers for book reviews and all of that. So I've got a list of things that I'm working on, but I'm also editing my 2 books because I know that February and March of 2021, if I do not have agency representation on those 2 books, I'm going to be moving over into my goals of self-publishing them next year. So I am querying. So I just queried a new agency this week. So I probably need to do query. So, query an agent. How to query an agent. How to stay determined when you're looking for an agent. How to get a literary agent. Just keep sending out the letters. Query letter. Sending out the query letter. So I sent out another query letter this week on Bad to the Bone because I finished up a huge editing round. So that's me. That's me for my author goals. And I think that's going to keep me busy for the whole entire year, because what it's going to be is from now to August, we've got the conference and Sweet Potato. After that, I'm going to continue to work really hard on promoting Sweet Potato and still shining the light on my girl. And then I'm going to do query letters for Bad to the Bone and the Fae, because I haven't even started editing the Fae. So I have not queried for it yet. I'm only querying for Bad to the Bone, my middle grade horror. Yeah, marketing is not something that I feel 100% confident about. That's why I don't do like a lot of videos about marketing right now. I got a marketing expert last week on my podcast, and I interviewed him. I'm like, I'm going to find experts. I'm going to learn from the experts. So I'm in the research mode right now. And as much as I'm learning, I'm still not 100% to go out and say, these are the best marketing tools and tips. But when I get there, I'm going to share them all out. I do know that my email list is growing. That is amazing, just because I did some simple readjustments to my website and I did a pop-up. So I am learning a lot and I'm applying the things that I'm learning. But I know I've got a lot more about marketing to learn. And that's something that you're going to see in a minute. So our conference is amazing. Tish, Angelina just asked, what's our conference about? And so I want to show you this really big. I'm going to move this out of the way. Oh, and you can move it to the front. I'm just going to bring it to the front because I don't have my glasses up here. Of course, I left them down. I'm going to make it really big. I hope you can see it. So we are having a free conference because I have always wanted to go to writing conferences in the past, and I just have not had the funds to be able to go. You know, by the time you pay for conference registrations and fees, and by the time you travel and all of that, you are talking hundreds, possibly up to $1,000 if you've got to fly somewhere and get a fancy hotel room and pay for the food. And I got a house full of youngins, and so that's kind of a no for me. And so I've had this secret desire to always go to these writing conferences, but I haven't been able to do so because the funds. And I know I'm not the only person out there that have really wanted to go and meet other writers and connect with other people in the industry and listen and learn. Because I'm all about research and I love learning from people. I learn from people every single day. And so I am all about soaking in the knowledge. And that's the whole point to me of the writing conferences, because I do meet people online every day as well. And so I can build my writing community. I still want to learn and be motivated and be refreshed at a conference. So one of my author friends, she messaged me. They were having a writing conference in California, and it was supposed to be this big writers conference, and it got postponed because of coronavirus, and they went digital. And so she asked me to go. She was like, look, do you know about it? And I'm like, no, I'm in North Carolina. I've never heard about it. She's like, it's huge. You need to go. I pitched agents there. It was so great. I sat on my couch. I had Twitch up. They were using the Twitch platform. And it was so inspiring to me. And I got to see people in the industry, and they were using something like StreamYard, what I use. You could have been using Zoom, but it was something like that, like the whole studio piece where it just had the people on the screen. And I had my journal beside me, and I was just soaking it all up. Well, the next day I woke up and the Lord said, you're having a conference with your WWJs. And that's my writing group. And I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm having a conference. And so I was like, just show me who. And that's why I think that Bible verse is because God showed me the way. God literally was showing me people in my LinkedIn, showing me people online. The minute that I would contact these people would be 5 minutes later, they would send me a response. Yes, I would love to. And I'm talking HarperCollins Publishing, which is a huge, it is, y'all, that is so amazing that the Lord did all of this. And that team from HarperCollins, they're all about marketing. I can't even tell you. That's like the secret desires of my heart multiplied times 10. Like the Lord answering that prayer. And so we're going to get to hear and learn from the greatest in the end, like top in the industry. And they're going to share their gifts with us for free. And we just have to sit back and just have our journals and right away and get to learn. And not only that, you can see that's these people here. Awesome. Over here, we've got best-selling authors. We've got a book coach. We've got a literary agent who's going to be there. She's doing do's and don'ts and how to approach a literary agent. Don't we need it? We've got my friend Pooja, who is an author, and she's a health coach. So we're going to be not just talking about our spiritual well-being and finding our voice and serving the Lord, but we're going to be talking business. So yes, I did make a t-shirt that says, I'm going to show you. I wasn't going to show you, but I don't know the quality yet. But look, I could talk about Jesus in writing all day. You see that? Because I'm going to wear that on the day of the conference. So that's the conference. And it's all Jesus. And I'm so excited. And I know we're going to have some great learning. And it's free. And so that's the coolest part, is that we get to be together with brothers and sisters in Christ. And we just get to have a fun day from 8:30 to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm going to pack a sandwich lunch. I'm going to be like brown bagging it, and I'm going to be like eating a sandwich because I'm not missing the lunch and learns. I'm not missing anything. I'm going to be running in 5-minute breaks, and I'm going to be there soaking it all in. So that one definitely is a big author goal. It's a secret desire of my heart, and I am thankful for the Lord for giving us this opportunity, because it's truly a big opportunity for us. And it's our first conference. So it's that whole thing, go big, go home. We went big, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and everything is all set. We've got the whole entire lineup secured, all of everything done. Now we're just continuing. The Lord is continuing to open doors for sponsors and giveaways and raffles. So love it. Love it, love it. All right, so that's my author goals. So I'd love to see what your author goals are. Let's see. Angelina said, oh, yeah. Oh, have a great day. I'm so glad you came. So I stream every day at 3 o'clock. We just had a special 7 o'clock. Sometimes I'm on late at night too, 7 or 9. It's according to what's kind of going on with the family. So it was so nice to meet you. And I hope you can come too. It's August 22nd. It's at Eventbrite. You can go over, it's at Jesus Writing on Facebook. And you can follow our page there and stay up with all of the updates and everything. We have our official Facebook page now, and we're sharing out who our presenters are and all of that. But it was nice to meet you. So Tish, I know you've got a lot of author goals. You're working on your cozy mystery. You're going to probably be participating in Nano, right? You're going to do that. You get to promote your book. Are you going to do some promotions with your book in a certain month between now and December? And then you've got a lot. Yeah, you've got a lot coming for you. This is an exciting time for you, Tish. And I don't want you to stress or worry. And so with your author goals, I'm going to ask you to think about a Bible verse that can go with you for your authors. Now, I'm going to pick Sweet Potatoes verse. I think that's the one. I'm going to pick one for the book. Oh, I love that one. But I want a sparrow just because. Sparrow, the eyes on the sparrow. I want the one with the sparrow. No, it's. I'm gonna pick this one just because I love the colors. Look at the birds of the air, for they neither sow nor reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they? Matthew 6:26. So there's my verse. Get on there, bird. Oh, I can make my banner smaller now. I was showing Angelina. She wanted to know about the conference. That's the thing. When you dual stream, you can't see the other comments. So it's like I'm talking to a ghost. I thought about that. And I was like, she was like, yeah, I was wondering what you're doing. I was like, sorry. Oh my gosh. Tish went to that. Tish, I signed up for that webinar. I signed up for it and I forgot because I did not put it on my calendar. Did you like it? I really wanted to go. I shared it with you guys. I signed up. Man, I think they'll probably send a video of it. I think they will. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to go like through all my messages today. Well, I'm glad you found value out of it. You teach me if they don't send the video. Yeah, yeah, because I signed up. I signed up for one last Saturday at 7 o'clock. Oh, good, good. Yeah, he was a best-selling author. He had like 100 books or something. Huge. Good. I'm so glad. And that's what we got to do. We got to find stuff that can help us with this whole marketing side, with this whole, promotion side. And the more that we go to these webinars, the more we'll learn and we'll be able to gather that information and share it out with our viewers. I got a wonderful email today saying that the webinar that I gave the other night was very impactful and they were impressed with my knowledge. It is because we live in this world every day. And when you live here, every day, you can't help but learn it because you're immersing yourself into the world. And that's what's going to happen with us. The more that we learn about the marketing, the more that we get a firm grasp on this, it's the vocabulary alone. We've got to learn what Amazon algorithms mean, and we got to learn, keywords and indicators and blurbs and all that, I'm just working on finishing up a really good book. And I know that time is going to come and I need to learn it more because then I can help other people. So I'm very passionate about getting this knowledge. It's not like I'm going to say, yeah, I love pre-orders. I do, Tish. I set pre-orders for my self-published books, but as soon as my traditionally published company, they put that sweet potato on pre-order, I was praising Jesus. And seeing her hit bestseller like that for 3 weeks on that pre-order, I don't know what my sales are. I won't be able to see those for a while, but it made me so happy to know that they took a chance on my girl and people were interested in the book enough to pre-order. And I need to learn more about it too. But I've been setting pre-orders for my things and then I'll promote it. I'll say it's out on pre-order. But nothing has happened the way it has happened for me, compared to what Sweet Potatoes pre-order has been like. And I think too that's building your base. I think building your connections with people too and getting out there more can help, because then you can tell more people about it. And then if that's their kind of book and they're interested in sweet romance or contemporary fiction, then they might say, hey, I want to try that book. Let me see. Let me get a little soul food. And then that could be, a good tie into, I'm always looking at the triangle, like what is it? What is it that's putting all of this in place? So good. I'm glad you learned. Did you find a Bible verse for your author world? Or did we start talking separate? Haha, we know this one. I think I liked one. It was pretty. Like I like this one because for me, one day I know my light bulb is going to go off and I'm going to understand that all the things that I'm doing right now for the benefit of promotion and marketing. And so that is my challenge, to learn something new. Oh, I love that one. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthened me. That is Philippians. Love that one. I think Philippians 4. My computer knows me so much. 4:13. Can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Amen. You can do this live, Tish. You can do this author work. So now I'm challenging myself to learn something new. And I want to learn Twitch. I want to learn how to be able to actually hold one of those parties where we can watch a show together and break it down. I want to learn the Twitch language. And so that is something new that I think is super fun. And I want to continue to grow with my knowledge base on that, and then help as many creatives that I can over here on Twitch. It is, Tish. It's amazing, ain't it? I'm having the best time. And we got to meet somebody new. Yes, hon. That's it. So I did learn today that we got to be careful on Twitch about copyright with music, because they could start like banning channels and putting channels on lockdown kind of thing. So I'm not going to be playing any kind of music. You can do sing-alongs. I saw that. We could have a sing-along. We could do like karaoke. Like you can have karaoke though. They have like a platform on Twitch where we could have a karaoke party. That would be hilarious. Couldn't you see Allison and Molly singing together on a karaoke pot? They would be doing Frozen. They would be doing that because she has the whole like little princess thing. Oh, I know. We should have one of those. We should have karaoke party with the WWJs on Twitch. We can all, 6 of us could get into StreamYard and we can have some fun. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, let's do it. Hey, I'm gonna find out. So we gotta learn how to do it. I don't know how to spell karaoke. Party on Twitch. I saw it today. There was this thing that was like, okay, you could do Twitch sings, and it's just something that we would have to learn. That would be so much fun. It's called Twitch Sings, I think. Because I was looking it up. Sam told me about this huge streamer. I don't know who 21 Guns is. So y'all can joke me. But anyway, they gave one of these streamers the permission to be able to use their songs in their Twitch. And so you could contact people and ask them, and you never know. You know how I feel about that stuff. So I'm going to contact Natalie Grant, and I'm going to ask Natalie Grant to, I have permission to use some of her songs on Twitch. She's about to drop a new album too. So you never know. They might say yes, and they might completely ignore me, but it would be cool if we could have a Natalie Grant sing-along. But even so, we could do this Twitch things. We could learn it. So I also want to learn something else. So my husband has always wanted something, and Father's Day is coming up. And so I bought my husband something. We went in half on it for the family. I got him a Singer sewing machine. Yes. So my husband loves it. We just got it on Wednesday. And so I want to teach myself how to sew. So that's something that I want to learn how to do. I want to know how to make pillows and blankets and curtains and all that kind of good stuff. So my mom, she used to sew her own clothes. She used to make all the curtains in our house. And we had curtains. She would change up, and we would have Christmas rooms in all our houses. Seriously, Tish. That's why I know. That's why it's really hard for me to watch Hallmark. So my husband's going to have to watch it with me. Nancy Nagel is going to help me get over all of this. But I have like this, my mom and her Hallmark. But she would make Christmas curtains and everything. So, and I never learned how to sew. I could have sat beside her. That is a regret. And I know that we can have those kind of regrets, but it's never too late to learn something new. And so we got ourselves a Singer sewing machine, and we got a heavy duty one that would be able to sew, sew jeans if we needed to do that, and heavy material. So yeah, so we're going to be sewing together. So that's something that me and my husband are going to do together. And we're going to buy some material this weekend. And of course, I'm going to be trying to make some kind of quilt. So I want to show you what I want to learn how to do. My grandma to make quilts. And my grandma's quilts looks like these kind of quilts, just like this. Patch pattern quilts. Nothing like that. I want to make quilts like my grandma and my great grandma, which is this. This was the patterns that she kind of made. And they look exactly like this. And I want to learn how to make these quilts so that way I can have these kind of quilts for my grandchildren one day. And I want it to be in the same pattern as my great grandma and my grandma. Now, my mama would make baby blankets for us, and my mama would make baby blankets for everybody in the family, and she created my whole baby room for my boys. It was all my mom. She loved giraffes, so she found giraffes, and she made everything for me. But I don't want to make something like this with the patterns like that. I want it to be exactly like how my great grandma made quilts. And so I already showed it to my husband, and he was like, "Oh, that's easy. I can teach you how to do that." I was like, "Okay, dear." He says it's easy. And so he's going to teach me how to make quilts like my grandma. And so I want to have like a sweet potato quilt. So I want to find things, all these little pieces that I can put together for my author world for the year. And I want to make a patch quilt like that with kind of like the theme of sweet potato. And so it would have things like, the sparrows. It has to have purple. There's so many like pieces, symbolic pieces in that book that I could have a whole quilt. Miss Sunshine needs to be there with the sun. Oh, geez, while I'm talking about Miss Sunshine, she's one of my favorite characters ever. She's my Queen Latifah. Look, be someone's sunshine. I made that in honor of Miss Sunshine. Look, I made that stuff today. Yeah, I was playing and having fun. And let me show you this one. Oh my gosh. Okay, an Elemental since 1985. That one was for Lyric. This one is for Bridges. Love Never Dies. And that's the Celtic knot, the light bears. And so, yeah, it was so much fun making those. I used Canva. Canva has the t-shirt size, and then they have the transparency. So you need to choose the t-shirt size, and then you need to go over, and when you're downloading it, hit transparency as in your PNG. And that's how you make those. I can show you guys once we find out which platform is good, but I'm glad that we got some Teespring advice. So that was tell Courtney I said thank you for giving me advice too. And so that way we have another place. Let's see. This is Solomon. Yes. The email man said so. It's about his transcripts on a Friday night. I have the confirmation. Did they say something? Let's see. He's talking about his college transcript. Okay, let's call on Monday. Don't delete the email. Was it community college or mine? Okay. Okay, we can call. I have it. They said they updated your file. Okay. Monday we'll do it. Okay. Family comes first. All right. So those are things I want to learn. I want to learn all those things. How about you, Tish? And I already know the Bible verse I want for this one. It just came to me. It's Joshua 1:3. I think it's 1:3. No, that's not it. Joshua. There it is. Joshua 1:9. I want to do this one because this one with learning something new, you know, we can easily get discouraged. Oh, I love that one. We can easily get discouraged when we are trying to learn something new. And I'm not going to give up. Oh, I love veggie gardens. We did those with pots. We used pots. When me and Eli have a goal, a long-term goal is to have a country home with a garden. Long-term goals. That is so much. Oh, Tish, I cannot tell you. my grandma and my granny had gardens, and I was raised walking rows and shelling peas, and I can't tell you how much peace that brings to me. Even when we would go outside to check for my jalapeno plants, that's something that grew really well, was jalapenos. Yeah, they were, and basil leaves in pots. Oh my gosh, just those clay pots for like $2 at those big clay pots at Lowe's. Um, they grow so good in that, basil and jalapenos. Yeah, but me and Solomon did it for agriculture class for homeschool, his ninth and 10th grade year. And last year we got a bunch of squash bugs and kind of ruined our garden. And this year we didn't garden. But we had so much fun. We did it for 2 years, and we're going to do it again when me and Eli, we want a big garden though. Good luck. It's so much fun. You're going to love it. Get you some good images of you out there. You're going to do the raised beds. Yeah, my friend does the raised beds, and she loves that. All right, there's my challenge to learn something new, and there's my Bible verse. I'd love for you to find a Bible verse, because every time when we are faced with something new, we cannot have fear. We have to have courage. Another one, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in a future. This one I love. And that one is for my social and emotional well-being, because I know that even in these tough times right now, the plan that the Lord has for me is so much greater than what I could ever plan for myself. And so I just have to trust and believe in Him and keep holding on. And I know that He is where our hope lies. And so my social and emotional well-being is to continue to hold on to the hope of Jesus. Now, my niece is getting married. Yeah, she wanted me to marry her, and she wanted me to go online and get one of those marriage certificates. Seriously, she really did. So this 4th of July is going to be really special, because I get to see my sweetheart niece, who is like a sister to me, get married. Eli's taking the pictures. So for my social well-being, being able to be around them again and my family, yeah. And she's 4th of July, honey. She's got cowgirl boots that have the flags on the side. She's got the red, white, and blue. I can't tell it all, but it's beautiful. I'm so proud of she's getting married by a lake, and I'm going to actually get to have some time outside in nature, and I love being out. And so that's not only going to have a time for me to connect with my family, because I have not been able to see my family, but my stepdaughter, she wants to do some art. Oh, that's something too, Tish. I forgot. But we love to go to this place. So for my well-being, hopefully we'll be able to go and start taking nature walks again, because that's my grounding place. And we used to go a lot. Oh, honey, I love boots too. I need a new pair of boots. I got me a pair of boots on a Black Friday for like $20 at Belk. I wore a mess out of those boots, and to the point where they peeled all off, and I don't have a piece of a boot left. And my husband, I know, and he keeps telling me, I'm going to take you to, then we have this boot store. My husband loves boots, and he's got a couple of pair of really nice, expensive boots. They ain't $20. And he keeps saying, I'm going to get you boots for Christmas. I'll get you boots for your birthday. And I'm like, I always say no because they're like $150. And I feel guilty. So I'm like, no. And he just bought me a Jericho a couple of months as a surprise. And I told him that's Mother's Day. It was before Mother's Day. So I was like, that's Mother's Day and my birthday and Christmas. Because I know he spent a lot of money. So yeah, I love me some boots. You got to show me your boots, Tish. All right. And so let me message her and we can draw. Um, I'm on a video now. And maybe I'll be done soon. Okay. She got me flowers. I woke up this morning to a big vase of flowers. It just made my heart grow. So sweet. Okay. I'm going to tell her to pick a picture. Pick a picture. We are working with watercolors. I should have put that about learning something new. And that helps me too. Emotionally, is drawing. Shoot. I could put that. Let's see, watercolors. Yeah. So I love me some watercolors. And I have all this time to learn if I'm going to illustrate my book for 2021. I got plenty of time to play and continue to draw. I only want to do the fantasy book right now. That's what I say. And so make sure for your social and emotional, I'm going to challenge you to find a Bible verse. You see what we're doing. We're all in the Word. While we're talking about our goals, God is always in the midst of them. Now, my community goals, I already know this one. Right here. The Raleigh Rescue Mission. The Raleigh Rescue Mission has given me approval, and I've talked with my publishing company because I had to get it approved from them. And the cookbook that I'll be making for Sweet Potato Jones is going to be all proceeds for the Raleigh Rescue Mission. And then I do this because of coronavirus. We have not had it, but this right here, this is my heart ministry right here, One Day with God. And I've been all over at different churches, not just my church, and have just loved giving to this ministry and volunteering. My husband and I do it together. It brings us such great joy. We're always chosen as child mentors, like every time we're chosen as child mentors. And so how we can help with Forgiven Ministries is when they start back up to be ready to give back. And so they take men, they'll have a men's day and then they'll have a women's day, and they'll allow the dads from prison to come out into the churches and spend a day with their families. And it is amazing. It is a reconciliation and it is powerful. So you might have one day with God near you. And if you do, I want to ask you to please pray and see if this might be something that you and your spouse might be able to do together. If your children are over 18, they can do Forgiven Ministries too. And you can look them up on Facebook and online. You can follow them. I love them so much. I know them by name. And I'm just so honored to be a part of that organization. So that's One Day with God. Yes, love it. So health goals. Man, do I need to do some walking. Oh, what did I forget? Oh, I know a Bible verse. I know one. And I love this one because it's not just about having church at home in my house, but what can I do? And I can do things virtually right now. I can plan my writing, I can reach out to people online. The thing about the blogs, too, you know, when I'm writing a blog, it's hitting all over. It's an international blog. And so we are making disciples of all nations when we are sharing our gifts, our voice, and getting online and using social media for good and spreading the message of the kingdom. And so that can be a community goal. Oh, another community goal. Let's see if we pull up. Oh, no, you don't want that. We don't pull up. We got to change that. We need to get WWJs to pull up and to continue to build the community that we have with sisters in Christ. Let's see. Yeah. I'm just going to pull up. I think it's under my logos. Oh, I couldn't pull that image up. I'm going to pull up the banner again, just so we can represent our WWJs. And now I can do health goals. I know I ate a salad for lunch today. I was very proud of myself. Baby, I knew I was having this vision board party, or I just love Asian salad. I love that chopped Asian salad bag from Food Line. Oh my gosh. I love that mess. So I do want to eat more salads. And I could probably eat Asian salads. Now, I would probably want to learn how to make that dressing myself so I can make sure that I'm not getting a lot of salt and a lot of high sodium. So I am going to take a picture. And that's something that I'm probably going to have us to learn how to do, is to make that dressing and a low salt dressing, because I do have high blood pressure. And so definitely I do want to be able to feel good about going out again, so that way I can do some walking. And I have got me a small set of weights, nothing big, but I got this small set of weights, and I do want to do some of that. And I love this one. 1 Corinthians 6:19-20. 1 Corinthians 6:19-20. Let's find an image. Because if we're healthy, then we're able to go out and make disciples, to go and do the work God has called us to do. We'll feel so much better. I have been taking my vitamins. I love that verse so much. I quit drinking Mountain Dews. I don't drink any soda. And even though my stepson picks at me about that, he goes, "Don't you want a Mountain Dew? Don't you want me to get you some Mountain Dew at the store?" No, I don't. I'm done. I do need to watch my salt intake. That's something that, yeah, eat less salt. And I think, like, for health initiative goals, it's kind of going along with that salad too, because I think that if I could, like, lose 10 pounds between now and Christmas, I think that would be a really good goal. Here, I want to do this one. I think that's doable in 6 months to be able to lose 10 pounds. And I'm sure that would help with my blood pressure too, because no matter what I do, my blood pressure is still giving me a time. And so I've got to get better. And no migraines. Wouldn't that be lovely? I think I'm going to do no migraines. So I'm going to continue to, oh yeah, be fully persuaded. No more migraines. I have no time for migraines. I'm doing it. I'm getting this one. I have no time for migraines. I got too much to do to wake up with a headache every morning. There. There. And guess what? Who's your accountability partner is going to be? I know who mine is going to be. That is Solomon. He is the best accountability partner. That boy, hold me to it. And Sam. I'm going to put both my boys on here because they are always checking in on Mama. They are always wanting to help me on my goals. Solomon's the one teaching me about Twitch. Sam is the one that talks with me about my writing. Solomon helps me learn about marketing. They always approve a lot of my digital work. They're here for me. I'm also going to include Eli because Eli's going to help me learn how to sew. I'm also going to include my WWJs because you ladies are amazing. And I know you guys are going to keep me straight. And one of my favorite Bible verses. Now, I have tons of favorites. But I love this one. And that's how I feel about any time that I'm online. If I just have one other person, just one more. You know what? For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, I am with them. And we are always gathering. I'm going to do this one, even though it's not purple for our WWJs. And even though we are not side by side, you guys are in my heart, and I'm going to have you guys right here with me. And there is my Bible verse. And because I know that Jesus is going to be the one to help me accomplish my goals, and then I'm going to have my strong support system around me. And you guys know me, I'm going to have a reflections. So that way you can reflect on what you have felt about your vision party and your goals. You can also make copies, like look, duplicate slide, and you can have a reflection. You can move it. Watch this. You can take it, slide it up. You can have a reflection after each one. As you're moving through yours, you can just come here, hit duplicate slide, and then move it up. And have another one here. And you can build reflections. Or if you don't want to do reflections of each one, but do a reflection as a whole at the end of the 6 months, just have you one here at the end. And then have some celebrations along the way. And so I say, when you accomplish one of these, right click it. You can copy it so you can leave it there. All you have to do now is come down and paste. Hey, I finished all my season. I watched it all. I'm now the mentalist expert. And I joke my husband and say, I have a mentalist. I have that quality, have that character trait. I'll pick at him when we watch it, when I get them right. And so a good thing about the digital vision board, you don't have to go print something off again. You can just come and take and copy. And when you get things done, you can just slide them all down at the bottom. So, hey, the day I lose 10 pounds, I can copy, not 10 pounds in a day, but you know what I mean? You can copy and you can paste it and you put it, hey, I lost 10. And you don't have to go out and find anything else. You're just moving and shaking it all down to the bottom. And that's how you can celebrate too. And then go out and have a new party and contact your accountability partners and tell them what your progress is like. If you need motivation, ask for help. Ask for help on these things. You are not in this journey alone. And so I hope that you have enjoyed our 2-hour-long vision party. I know I've had a good time. I'm tired, but now I'm going to go off and start drawing and doing some watercolor art with my daughter. So I'm going to let you guys go. So I hope that y'all have a blessed day, and I will check you guys out tomorrow. I'm so glad, Tish. Would you like to do a vision board with your people? That's my last question. Is this something that you would like to do with your family, the girls? Y'all could do a vision board party together. And Courtney could be online and y'all could all do one. Y'all could have a party. You could do one with your writing community. And then you got the template. You could share the template out. Was the template helpful or did you start your own? Did you start like a fresh, since you know how to use Google Slides now? I'm thinking that would still be good to hold on to in case you do have someone in a vision board party in the future that does not know how to use the technology. You could easily, at least give them all of the different category slides. I think it just helps with the flow. Yeah, excellent. Did it make it easier since you used the template? I was hoping that it would take away that. Yes, good. Good. But I hope that it was a good enough tutorial. Yes, I love it. And a good enough tutorial where you would be able to personalize everything yourself and embrace your vision board and make it your own, but have some guidance too, so it wouldn't be all over the place. So I set the goal, I set the why, I set the goals at the beginning to let them know, instead of just kind of saying, oh, we don't know what's coming next. And I'll let it be known. We're not talking about financial security on this one. Oh, good. See, you learned how to do all the Google Slide stuff. It wasn't a waste. And we got to be in the Word together. And we did a Bible verse for everyone. So I enjoyed my time here, and I'm just so glad that you guys are going to watch this video later. And I hope y'all have a great night. And if you follow me on Instagram at Jen Lowry Writes, whatever I draw, it's usually going to end up on Instagram because I like to take the pictures and share my illustrations out. I don't know which character or what scene I'm going to draw tonight. I'm going to have to go and look. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful one. And love you, Tish. I'll see you at boot camp. All right. Bye, guys.